URL with all our friends out there. So just give me a couple of minutes, and I'll be coming in front of you very soon. Okay, just making sure that everything is good. Okay, just make. Kushagra says hello. Hello, Kushagra. Just give me a few minutes. I'm just setting up few things just to get the live stream going. Okay, guys, just 43 seconds. Let me just switch on my camera. I have just shared with all the people out there. And where is my camera? I cannot see my camera. Okay. Yeah, I think I should be visible, guys. Just let me know in the comment section if the audio and video is clear. And just, I think I'm getting out of the frame a bit. Yes, and Kushagra says huge congratulations for passing 1000 subscribers. Thank you, Kushagra. Thank you very much. It is all because of all
10,
your beautiful viewers
9,
out there who have
8,
supported the channel.
7,
And I will draw
6,
first so that I can
5,
analyze your game.
4, 3.
So Abhishek as the first person who has requested us to get his game analyzed. I'm just making notes, guys. Abhishek Srivastav, he is the captain of Abhi Club, and Abhi Chess Club is constantly and consistently playing our tournament. So I'm very happy to have their team. Also, we have Mrinal Shah saying hello, hello, Mrinal Shah. Shiv Kumar says hello, hello, Shiv Kumar. Savi Shara says hi, hello Savi, and Krishna Ceramics, that is Ronit, is saying hi, hi Ronit, hope you are doing well. And I will be starting analyzing the game, guys. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, any queries, just feel free to ask in the comment section. Also, just give me some suggestions, guys. If you want a specific video on any topic on chess, I will be taking that topic into my list and I'll be trying to create a video on that topic. Okay. Ronit says next mine. Yes, Ronit, I think your ID is intermediate, right? So I'll just write it down. Games have just begun. Okay, I would need to start the analyzing now, guys. So let's start. Let's check the first game. That is Abhishek Srivastav. He has requested us to analyze his game. Abhishek is online and he's playing a game probably. Let me search again. Okay, let me just check. Why I'm okay. Abhishek, okay, Abhishek's club and Abhishek Srivastav. Yes, let's check if we can. Yep. Mayank says, very good evening. Yes, good evening, Mayank. Hope you're doing well and thanks a lot for your wishes. 1000 subscribers. I'm not sure what's happening today, guys. If I'm clicking this, there is nothing coming up. Okay, probably I'm not able to see the games. Okay, there are a few more. Atomic Clover 4 is the next person who has requested. Okay, let me just find out if I can just get Abhishek Srivastav's games. Why I'm not able to? This is something that is has not happened before. Okay, I can just click here and try to open the game now. That's a small workaround that we can try. So, Abhichess Club, that is Abhishek Srivastava, the captain of Abhichess Club, is playing against Debanjoy Das. He's 1400 rated. He's from Khelo Chess India. So let's see, guys, what happened in the opening. E4, C5, that is a Sicilian defense. Bishop C4, Pawn E5. So Pawn E5 is something that I won't recommend, guys. So even Debanjoy, if you're looking at this recording or even if you're looking at this video, um, e5 is not something that you should play here because bishop is already attacking this f7 pawn. You should try to play e6 if you want to play here, or you can go for knight c6, the classical variation. You can go for d6, you can go for knight f6. There are a lot of other variations, but play any other move than e5. If you want to learn Sicilian defense, guys, don't play e5 in Sicilian defense. Okay, you can go for d6, which is one of the safest lines. You can say, or knight c6, the classical variation, but never ever play e5. E5 is not the recommended move here. Okay, so queen f3. Again, there is a mate threat on f7. So knight f6 is played to stop the mate. Knight c3 and pawn a6. Knight e2. So here, I think b5 is something that white should be concerned about. And whenever a6 is played, white should play a4. This is called as a prophylactic move. Prophylaxis means to stop your opponent's idea. So whenever you play a4, you're stopping the b5 idea. This is a prophylaxis that you have to do in your games, guys. You have to stop your opponent's ideas whenever possible for you. Okay, so please play a4 and here. Okay, Abhishek, so probably this is something for you. Next time you try to play a4 so that this bishop on c4 will be a strong bishop and there won't be any kind of attack on this bishop. Monica says, hello, Ameya. Hello, Monica. Monica, great to have you on the live stream, Monica and Adawai. So good to see you watching the live stream. So guys, coming back to the game, a4 is something that you should try here and not allow b5 for the black. Okay, Abhishek, that's for you. Let's see what happens. NgE2 and immediately b5 was played, and this is where the bishop starts going into the problems. Now, suppose you have played here a4. A4 won't allow b5, and next probably then something else has to be like bishop e7, pawn d6, knight e2, or any other move can be played here. But b5 has to be stopped. So a4 is one of the standard moves in Sicilian to stop b5 in case of a6. Okay, let's see what happened. b5, knight g2 was played, pawn b5, bishop d5, rook a7. This is again unpleasant situation, not such a good position for black, but that's fine. I think black can manage after bishop b7 or at least rook c7 and bishop b7. Black should be fine. Castles, bishop e7, knight g3, and now again, you can see that this knight is trying to hop onto the f5 square. F5 is kind of an outpost right now. Unless you play pawn d6 and control the f5 square, knight would be happy to hop onto this f5 square. Okay, so castles here, knight f5, bishop b7, bishop takes b7, but I really don't recommend bishop b7 here because this knight on f5 is going to be stronger as compared to any other black's pieces. So the right way here was to play d6 and takes bishop takes knight. That would have really taken this knight out of the attack and white could not have actually uh, White won't get a good position if this knight is not present on f5. Let's see what happened in the game. Probably this knight is going to be the hero of the game. That is the knight who is going to help white win this game. Yeah, I think the game is over, but let's check what happened here. Okay, so we were at this position: knight f5, bishop b7, bishop takes b7, rook takes b7, knight d5, knight takes d5, pawn takes d5, and this knight now is going to be a very nice piece over here. Pawn d6, and the bishop is almost trapped, not trapped, but almost. Yeah, bishop g5, pawn d3, bishop takes, rook takes, and now you can see that this bishop, which was on f8, it came to e7, it came to g5, it came to c1, and it's nowhere on the board now. So three moves that you invested in the bishop are now gone. So in short, it's like giving away three moves, and the bishop, which had not moved from its place, even a single move, it is now out of the board. So white is very happy here, right? White just is very happy because black has lost three moves with his bishop, and the bishop, which was a passive bishop here, which was not helping to do anything, that bishop is out of the board. I would have recommended going here bishop f6 first, pawn g6, and bishop g7. So this bishop would have been still there on the board, and sometime in the game when these pawns will advance, this bishop will be an attacking piece from the g7 square. Okay, that should have been the plan here from black instead of exchanging the bishop on g5. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead now. Let's check what happened in the game. Knight c6 and queen g4. Immediately there is a mate threat on g7. So pawn g6 stopping the check and mate. Knight h6 check, king to king to g7, and now pawn f4. Unfortunately, this knight is trapped now. Actually, I think this knight can be captured by black, if I'm not wrong. Okay, there is nothing else that white can do about this knight. Knight had to capture the f7 pawn or something else. So e takes f4 was played, but what if king takes knight here? I think that should be fine. Black should be fine after king takes pawn. Even if pawn takes pawn, I think king can just go back to g7. King takes knight, for example, queen check is not possible. Queen h4 is not possible because queen will just capture it. So king takes knight, queen h3 is possible. King can just go back to g7 and be safe. Of course, f5 is coming very hard and very fast, but f6 will just stop all the attack there. And then probably black can play g5 and stop all the attack. So black is actually winning here. Probably this knight f5, knight h6 check was not the best move here. There is no need to move the knight because this pawn is pinned right now. If you see the position, this pawn is pinned, so pawn cannot capture the knight. Okay, straight away, your white should have gone for pawn f4, rook f3, rook h3. That kind of attack white should have done here. Knight h6 is not the best move. King g7 was the correct move, but this knight should have been captured here. Pawn f4, king takes knight should be winning for black. Anyways, let's see. E takes f4 was played, queen takes f4, and now knight is supported. So white is very happy now. So pawn to c4, pawn takes c4. Even this, you should not waste your time here. You should just play knight, rook to f3, rook to h3, or something that would create some mating attack. So don't waste your moves in capturing this pawn over here. Okay, Abhishek, that's for you. Pawn takes c4, pawn b4, and knight to g4. Now there is a threat of this knight, queen h6 check, king g8 or king h7, king h8 and knight f6. So that would be create some mating pattern over there. So f5, queen h6 check, king moves, and knight to d3 now. Knight to e3 now again. d5 is a very nice square for this knight. From d5, it can just sit on e7. Let's see what happens. So rook to e8 and knight d5, knight to b8. So this knight has not been in the best of its positions. Probably the knight could have gone to e5 now. Uh, Still the knight is not best, but yeah, knight e5, knight g4 could have been a better option for this knight instead of taking it back to the b8. Okay, so knight c7 now. I would have preferred knight e7 here because it's still, or even rook e1. Rook e1 is stronger actually because this rook is out of the game, and after rook takes rook, okay, or even if to challenge the rook, I think rook takes rook and then knight f6 is going to be a very, even king at queen. So rook takes rook, queen takes rook, and queen h7, king h7, knight f6 check will give a fork on this h7 and e8 square. So a lot of things. So rook e1 was, I think, the perfect move here. Anyways, Sonia is here. Sonia Bedi says, Sonia Bedi, I think that's Prakash, right? Prakash, good evening. Yes, good evening to you. Hello, and good evening to you, Prakash. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you back online on the live stream. Knight c7, now rook e6 and pawn c5, rook e5. I think this is completely winning now for white, unless white makes a blunder. Okay, so so you can see, guys, okay, if you are white in this position, you are absolutely winning on this king side. Okay, you just have to get the rook inside over here on the e7. Once that is done, there is a checkmate on this queen d4 and queen g7. Yes, okay, so yes, Prakash, yeah, thanks. So that's the point, guys. When you are having a good attack on the king side, don't open your queen side. You don't need to open the queen side if you are winning on the other side of the board. Okay, always try to put more pressure on the king side rather than spending and opening the files over here. So rook e1, I think, is a better move. Rook e1, for example, rook e1, and then pawn takes, rook takes, and then rook e7. This should be more than winning for you guys. This is a simple win for you, for white. Okay, king g8 was played here. King g8, and then pawn takes, pawn takes, and queen c4 check. King moves, queen check, king moves again, and then finally the rook now comes to e1 with the idea of rook e7. Yep. So pawn b3, rook e7, and there is a checkmate on g7. Okay, guys. So that's a nice game. Yes. So let's just the Paquito says queen d4. Okay. So just let me know, guys, on which move. Whenever you're suggesting a move, always remember there is a delay of 20 seconds. So always give the move number, guys, whichever move number you want to suggest, so that I can go to the move number and I can show the position which you are trying to, or the move that you are trying to suggest. Okay, guys. So let's move on to the next game. Next request is from intermediate. Let's check intermediate scheme by going back to the tournament. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any queries, questions, just feel free to ask in the comment section. Intermediate player 20. Let's see your game. Okay, he has played 3 games. He has lost with 2116 player. Let's check his game. Okay, so okay, so intermediate player is playing from black side. D4, knight f6, knight f3, d5, c4, pawn e6, knight c3, bishop d6. I think is not okay. Let me just switch off the book here. Okay, I don't want to give you any kind of ideas from here. So bishop d6, I think, is not the right move here to play. Bishop e7. This has actually gone into queen's gambit, declined. Okay, so bishop e7 or knight d7 could be played here. I think bishop e7 is better here. Intermediate to Ronit. So try to play bishop e7 in these positions and not bishop d6. Bishop d6, bishop g5, pawn h6, bishop to h4, knight d7, and pawn e3, castles, bishop e2, pawn c5. This is again a very aggressive move. You are trying to attack in the center, but you have to take into consideration all the exchanges that can happen right now. First is d takes c4, and c takes d5. Both the options you have to analyze. So in the game, actually, white castled. He did not capture the pawn, and then black tried to capture the d4 pawn. That's absolutely okay, because you may try to create some kind of double pawn over here on not double pawn but isolated pawn on d4. So knight takes d4, pawn a6. Pawn a6, I think now is not the right move, because if c takes d4, e takes d4, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, and I think d5 is simply there to grab for white, right? C takes d5, e takes d5. G5 is something that you can play, but yeah, that's fine. So C takes d5, e takes d5, knight takes d5, g5, knight takes f6, queen takes f6, and then bishop can go to g3. So that would be safe for white. So I think white could have captured this d5 pawn for free, but I think he missed the idea. He played rook c1. That's okay. Let's see what happened now. So rook c1, d takes c4. So black took the opportunity to just get rid of this risk, and he just captured the pawn on c4. Bishop c4, b5. That's a nice move, getting a tempo. But here e6 is hanging and c6. So these two squares have now become very weak. Okay. So bishop knight takes e6 was played. Knight takes e6. F takes e6. Bishop takes e6. Sacrifice on e6. That's surprising actually. Let's see how black managed to get how white managed to get a win out of this. So king h8 and now queen takes. Yeah, d6 bishop was actually hanging. Hence this was possible. So let's go back to the blunder, guys, that happened in the game. So here the bishop on, as I said before, Ronit, you have to move your Adya ka magic. Adya ka magic is Adya is that's you, I think. Adya, right? Adya. So hi Adya, how are you? Hope you are doing well. And good to see you on live stream, Adya. Very nice. So Ronit here, as I said before, bishop has to be on e7 in this opening. Don't try to put the bishop on d6. I have told you in the beginning itself, right? Bishop on d6 is not a right idea in this opening. Bishop e7 is a better idea. Okay, so b5 was played here, and that allowed white actually to attack this hanging piece on d6. If the bishop would have been on e7, it would not have been hanging, it would have been supported. So knight takes e6 was not possible. But in this case, as queen is able to capture the bishop on d6, knight e6 is available for white. So knight e6 idea is just to capture this bishop after you capture the knight back. Okay, so f takes e6, bishop takes e6, check, king moves, and queen takes d6. And this is actually winning for white now. Okay, a lot of extra pieces, extra pawns. So knight b6, queen takes d8, rook takes d8, bishop takes c8, rook takes c8, bishop takes f6, e takes f6. And this is actually a big weakness for black now. It won't be easy to defend all these weaknesses. And if you compare the pawns now, 4 pawns versus 6 pawns, so 2 pawns up is a huge advantage for white. Okay, guys, 2 pawns up is a huge advantage for white. It's easy win for white, actually, I can say that. Considering the player is actually 2100 rated, it's a simple win. Let's see how the plan was executed for all the beginners if you are 2 pawns up, and how to win in this position from white pieces if you don't know that this is the right position for you to study. Let's see how the game progressed and how the white have has won the position. So first, you have to try and exchange the pieces whenever you are piece up. Whenever you have extra pawns, try to exchange all the pieces. In the end game, you will be left with extra pawns or extra pieces, which will be helping you to win very quickly. So that's what white has started right now. White has just played knight to e4, attacking the f6 pawn, that is a weakness, as well as trying to exchange of the rooks on c8. So rook takes c1, rook takes c1, and now f5, and knight g3, again attacking the hanging piece. Attacking the hanging piece should be your formula always, guys. No matter if you're playing blitz, if you're playing rapid or any other kind of format, always try to attack your opponent's hanging pieces. Knight c4, just blocking this file right now and also attacking the b2 pawn. So b3, and then Savi is there. Savi says, Ratik, okay. Hello Ratik, hope you're doing well. Ratik Gowda, I think. Ratik Gowda, right? That's your name. I am just trying to recollect. Ratik Gowda. Okay, Ratik, I'll just try to analyze your game. I'll just write it down. Your game is still, there is one more game in between, and then we'll try to get to your game, Ratik. Okay. And those all the viewers who don't know which tournament is this, I have given the link in the description box. Okay, you can just click on description box and click on the link to get onto this tournament, and if you want to play, you can play as well. So b3 is played now, knight a3, and then knight takes f5. The pawn was hanging. You should not have given away the hanging pawn. Knight c2, a small trap there. If rook takes c2, then we have this rook d1 check. But I think white is not that easy, or is not going to give away the game in that way. Yeah, Ratik SP Gowda. Yes, Ratik, I can see your name. Yeah. So pawn g4 now, knight b4, knight rook to just once this back rank mate is gone, rook can just hop onto any kind of ranks and try to attack all the hanging pieces. Okay, so rook d1 check, king g2, knight a2, knight a6, and rook to d3, pawn g4, pawn g5, rook takes b3, pawn g3, and I think this is a winning in just couple of moves. Okay, so it's just check and mate actually. You can just rook h7 is check and mate. So very nice check and mate. Look at this mating pattern also, guys. Okay, okay, your ID is racing king 1234. I'll just note it down. Racing King 1234. Okay, I'll take your ID. So this mating pattern is very nice, guys. So this mating pattern you can remember whenever you have a knight and a rook and the pawn. This is the mating pattern that you can use in your games, guys. Very nice example by this player. Let's screws from probably, I'm not sure from where he is, but it's a nice example. I really like this mating pattern. Let's go back to the tournament, guys, and try to check the next game. There was one more player actually who was requested us. Okay, okay, Atomic, Atomic Lover 4. Let's check your game. Okay, okay, okay. He has played couple of games, and his first game that he lost was with Speed Like. Let's check his game against Speed Like. Okay, he's playing for my team, Khelo India. That's nice. Atomic Atomic Lover Forever. That's a nice idea. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, pawn c3. This is the Geico piano, guys. This opening is called as Geico piano, c3. And Yeah. So Omkar is here. Omkar says Vukovic mate. Okay, Omkar, thanks a lot. Omkar Chakradev is one of our regular viewers, and he also has his own Marathi YouTube channel, guys. So just click on his ID, and you will be able to see his channel, guys. He has got very beautiful videos in Marathi. So if you know Marathi, you can just click on his ID right now. He has just commented in the comment section, guys. Omkar Chakradev. Okay, check his channel, please. So this is called as a Geico piano, guys, and pawn c3 is played here. Just to, the idea is again to play d4, or some in some cases even b4 is played, which might get converted into Evans gambit. Evans gambit is when the pawn is on c2 and you play b4. That is Evans gambit. But in this case, c3 and d4. This is the Geico piano. Let's see what happened. Knight f6, pawn d4. This is the main line of Geico piano. That's interesting. E takes d4 and e5. E5 I think is not much recommended in this position. C takes d4 is the recommended move, and then bishop b4, knight c3 follows. But this is something new. I haven't seen this before, but this I think will not work. Okay, from white side. Let's check what happened. E5 and then knight g4. I think here d5 is playable probably. I need to check this. Probably d5 is playable here. D5 and knight e4 that can be played. I think so. Okay, d5. I think so. Atomic lover forever. If you are watching this game, just put this position in your analysis mode, and I think d5 is the best move here. D5. Making sure that this bishop is attacked. So e takes f6, d takes c4. If this g7 is captured, I think we'll have to analyze that position. But d5, I think is certainly I think is playable here. Okay, so yeah, just look out for this position, guys. Knight g5, knight g4 is not bad a move. Let's see, pawn takes, bishop check, knight c3, pawn h6, and where would the knight go now, right? h3 would just trap the knight. I think yes, h3 is just trapping the knight here. Bishop takes c3, b takes c3, and knight takes f2. Yeah, so you have lost a piece here. So in the opening itself, you are on the back foot. Rohit and Rishit Gawa says why 3 plus there, 3 plus 0 is there. Rohit, we are just trying to create some changes now in the tournament structure and tournament format, just to keep things interesting, because there have been 3 plus 2 we have been following from last around 3 months, and we need some kind of change, some kind of new. So we'll be having different time formats for every day now. I'll be sending the new schedule very soon. 3 plus 0, 2 plus 1, 1 plus 0, 3 plus 2, all formats we are going to adjust in all of our everyday battles. Okay, so you are going to witness a lot of variations in the time formats, and everyone can enjoy that, right? Even some people like bullet, some like blitz. So we are going to try and change the time formats in this team battle. So coming back to the game, guys, atomic love forever, knight f2 is not the right move here. As knight, I mean the knight g4, you have just lost it after knight f2. Pawn h3, the rook is trapped. King takes f2, pawn d5, and bishop b4. And now I think there's no point in playing right now from black side. Ng4 bf7 was possible, probably taking the knight. Okay, let's check. So all the viewers out there, just let me know the move number whenever possible. So Omkar is suggesting one move, that is okay, the ng4 bf7 was possible. Yeah, bf7 was possible here. Yes, that's I think is possible. Bf7, king f7, knight g4 check, knight g5 check, and king moves probably, and then queen takes knight. Yeah, so that's what white missed here. Bishop takes f7 was possible here. Okay. Um, Also, one thing, e5 is something that is not sure. I'm not sure what if this move is right. d5 I think should be played here. So atomic lover forever. Just check this position, and then you have lost a piece after. Yeah, this is actually lost for black after this knight is gone. Let's quickly fast forward and check what happened in the game, guys. Thanks, Omkar, for pointing that sacrifice. E takes f6, queen takes f6, king to g1, and pawn h3, pawn a6, bishop takes c6, queen takes c6, and now bishop a3. I think this is absolutely winning for. Okay, that's a queen gone. So let's stop here, guys. And I think I have given the sufficient inputs for Atomic Lover Forever to improve. Let's go to the games. And okay, so next is Rathik is asking. Rathik has asked us to analyze his game. Okay, Singham says Singham. Okay, Racing King, Singham. Okay, Ratik, Racing King. Okay, Singham is the next person, and then we have Makaran Zok who has requested us. Okay, so let's check now Ratik's game. That is the Race King, Racing King, right? Racing King. All right. Racing King. Okay, Racing King 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he has won against one of the good players. Let's check this game. Okay, he has beaten a 2000 rated player. That's very nice. E4, E5. So Racing King is playing from black pieces. Knight F3, Knight C6, pawn D4. This is a E takes D4, Knight takes D4. You can say this is a Scotch game. Knight takes D4, Queen takes D4, Knight F6, Bishop C4, pawn D6, Knight C3, and pawn G6. Pawn G6, I think, is not the right move here. Bishop E7 could have been played, planning for the castle. Bishop G5, now Bishop G7, long castles, pawn H6, pawn E5. Again, interesting move. As I think pawn takes bishop is a good move here because e takes f6, bishop takes f6, and I think there would be rook e1 check, and bishop e6 is possible after that. Queen is hanging, so I think pawn takes bishop should have been played. That's what was played in the game. E takes f6, bishop takes f6, and queen e4 check. Interesting. Bishop e5. Okay, bishop e5, pawn g3. Now the idea is to play pawn f4, so black has to quickly take care of his king, probably castle, and that's what he did in the game, castles, and now queen g6. This is something that everyone or most of the players might miss, that bishop on f7 is spinning, bishop is spinning the f7 pawn. Bishop on c4 is winning the f7 pawn. Queen g6 is completely winning now. Let's go back a couple of moves. So here, uh, Queen e4 is something which is which we can call as an intermediate move, just to make sure that you get in a better position, and try some tactics after that. So Queen e4 is a very nice move, guys. It is an intermediate move to continue the attack. So Queen e4, uh, Bishop to e5, and castles is not the good move here, which I suggested. Actually, I'm not in the best position right now to suggest the best move. I think Queen g3 was played, and after g3, I think Queen f6 should have been played to stop f4, and then after Rook f1, you could have castled. That probably might have been playable. But right now, let's see. G3 was played, castles, and queen takes g6, king moves, and queen h6, king moves, and pawn to h4, bishop g7, and queen to h5 now, queen f6, and I think this should be completely winning now for. Oh, that's surprising. White actually blundered his queen. Probably it was a slip of mouse or something, but actually this bishop takes g4 is it's a blunder actually. Okay, he didn't see the bishop or something, but yeah, it was winning for white. But yeah, white gave away the queen, and I think they should be winning for this is a blunder actually. Yeah. So okay, so it was a okay. White was timed out. Okay, that's fine. But I think this queen g4 is something which was probably a slip of mouse, or probably I'm not sure. This blunder was not expected from at least 2000 rated player. Okay, anyways, now let's go to the tournament and let's check the next game. Next request is from Singham, that is Rohit from Goa. Singham 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has lost against. Okay, he has beaten everyone. He is playing a live game. Let's check this live game. He is that's the game has just begun. So Singham is playing for my team, that is Khelo Chess India, and Marshall Jiro is playing for Tutukudi Chess team. Okay, so let's check what happened in the opening, guys. E4 was played, e4, then pawn d5. That is a center counter, or you can say the Scandinavian defense. E takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3, queen to d8, pawn to d4, knight to f6, knight to f3, bishop to g4, bishop to e2, and now pawn to e6. Okay, now white has to play. So what plans can white have here? Okay, so rook e1 is one of the plans. Bishop d3 exchange, I'm not sure. Bishop should be exchanged here. Probably pawn h3 can be played here, but white shouldn't be committing to pushing his pawn right away in the opening, and on at least on the king side. Okay, so bishop d6 again challenging the f4 bishop. Queen d2 can be played here probably, or bishop g3, both are fine. Bishop g5, I'm not sure because h6, bishop h4, pawn g5, bishop g3, and then probably knight d7, queen e7, and long castles will be planned by black, just to make sure that there's a pawn storm on this king. I think that's what black is actually planning right now, just to okay, he has castled on the short side, and actually the marshal zero is playing in the berserk mode, I think. Yeah, the red line, it means that he is playing the berserk mode probably. So bishop h5 now. I would have actually played queen e7 and long castles here, just to use this pawn storm against the king. I think bishop takes g3 is also a nice move, just creating some double pawns here on white's king side, and then queen d6 attacking the same. Knight d5 can be followed. Probably yes. So I think that bishop takes g3 is not a bad move. Bishop d3 now. Bishop h5. Again pinning the knight. So this bishops are actually dancing in these two squares actually. They don't want to exchange. They don't both players don't want to exchange the bishops. Both bishops are very strong, so they are just dancing the bishops out there. And I think both players will be in time pressure right now. Singham is just left with 50 seconds, and Marshall Zero is not more than 1 minute 13 seconds, and there is no increment, guys. So Berserk, those who are playing in the Berserk mode, if they manage to put their opponent in time pressure, it's going to be winning for them. Okay, probably whenever you're in doubt, just go for the exchanges. Whenever you don't know what to play, just go for exchanges, guys. Yeah, so he has created double pawns over here, and now even bishop f3, and queen takes d4 is winning for black. Okay, bishop b7, rook b8, and this b2 pawn is now hanging. Rook takes b2, even c2 is hanging now. So a lot of pieces hanging. Rook b1 I think might be forced right now just to save the b2 pawn. And yeah, here rook takes b2 was actually possible. I think black would just exchange the pieces now. King f2, 10 seconds. I think 10 seconds is very less time now, Rohit, for you to play against 50 seconds since in winning position for black actually. Knight c3 should have been played here. Yep, that's losing now. Okay, so let's check where he went wrong, where white went wrong. Okay, just I think it's somewhere in the opening. It was not played perfectly. Okay, so bishop d3 was bishop g3, knight c6, and then bishop e2 was played here. I think this is not the perfect move. Even here, I think you can go for a move like knight e5 if you like to play the end games. If you want to get a queen's exchange, you can play knight e5 here. If knight takes e5, d takes e5, and this bishop has to move, you can exchange of the queens, and then probably you can exchange the bishop as well. Then go for the open file or for the endgame if you want. Just if you want to simplify the things. If you're unable to come up with the plan, guys, just try to simplify and go into some kind of a different position, probably late middle game or endgame. It might help you to think in a better way. It happens a lot of times. Our opening is done and we don't know, right, what to play now, what to plan now. In that cases, you can just try for look for the exchanges, captures wherever possible, and just try to go for the end game. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Castles was played, and then pawn h3, bishop h5, pawn a6, a3, and then bishop to g6. And this, I think, this again was a repetition of the position. And this is where actually h3 was actually the bad move because of the bishop takes g3. This double pawn was created, and this is a permanent weakness in white's camp. Okay, Rohit, so that's an improvement for you. You could have gone for the exchanges in the opening and approach the end game. Okay, let's go back now. We have the next request from Makaran Zok. Makaran, let's see if you're playing. Okay, Makaran Zok is offline and he has played quite a number of games, 8 games. Okay, let's check his game against the top player or. Okay, yeah, let's check his game against the top player 2178. Okay, so Makaran was playing from white pieces e4, d5, e takes d5, knight f6, knight c3, knight takes d5. Bishop c4, bishop e6, and knight c3. That knight f3. This is a problem, guys. Don't keep your pieces hanging. The c4 bishop is hanging here, Makaran. You should not have kept this bishop hanging. Now the problem is that if you keep this bishop hanging, the knight c3 is winning for black. Knight c3, the queen is attacked, so you have to capture the knight first. And once the knight is captured, you can capture the bishop. Opponent can capture the bishop. It is going to leave you a piece down, right? Don't keep your pieces hanging, guys. I just keep repeating this again and again. Don't keep your pieces hanging. So this is for Makaran for you. Don't keep your pieces hanging. Okay, so knight takes c3, bishop take pawn takes c3, bishop takes c4, pawn d3, and this is winning for white black now. Okay, this is winning for black. Pawn takes and then bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, knight c6, bishop to b2, queen to g5, and pawn g3. Even pawn g3 is not required as of now. You can just develop your remaining pieces. Probably try to do this rook e1, rook e4, and rook g4. Try to attack on the king side on the g7 pawn. But yeah, it's too late right now. Knight e5 is also coming very strong. Knight e5, attacking the queen. Even this knight can go to g3 and just control all the good squares. So Makran, that's the improvement for you. Don't keep the pieces hanging. Knight f3 was the blunder there. Let me just go there. So knight f3 was a blunder. You should have played bishop to b3 here. Okay, or at least capture the knight on d4. Against high-rated players, whenever you are playing against high-rated players, if you feel that you can exchange the pieces, go for the exchange, guys. And because complicate, it won't complicate the things if there are less pieces on the board. So if you're playing against high-rated players, so if you just compare the rating, there is a thousand difference of 1,000 points between the two players. So Makarand, if you would have tried to exchange the pieces here, the position might have simplified for you. With the less pieces, the player who is less rated is able to think in a better way, okay, as compared to more pieces against a high rated player. Okay, so always go for exchanges against high rated players if possible for you. If you don't know the opening, go for exchanges. Simplify the things, guys. Okay, let's go back to tournament now and just check if there are any more requests. We have already checked around 6 games now. Okay, let's check if there are any more. Makarand. Okay, okay. The King Crush has requested us. The King Crusher. Okay, King Crusher, I think, is playing for one of the good teams. I don't remember his. Okay, his performance is 2117. Has played for Khelo Chess India. That's great, King Crusher. Thank you very much. And let me pick up the highest rate. Okay, so he has. Let's cross. I think we have already checked his game. Let's pick up this one, 2091. Paquito Fimo. Okay, let's check this. Okay, so Pocket of Emo is playing from white pieces, and d4 was played, d4 c6, pawn c4, pawn d5. Slav defense, guys. This is called as a Slav defense. Knight c3, knight f6, pawn f3. Pawn f3, even I have not seen much. I don't remember which line is this. Pawn g6, pawn e4, pawn takes, and bishop g7, pawn e5, knight d7, and knight f3. So you have to be very careful, guys, when you are giving away the center to your opponent. In this case, even in the case of King's Indian, in the case of Grunfeld, some cases of French defense, you just give away the complete center to your opponent. You should know what is the continuation after this. If you don't know the continuation, if you don't know the correct moves after you give away the center, it's going to be difficult for you to be in a good position. You will be struggling for the remaining part of the game if you don't know how to play after giving away the center. Okay, let's see what happened. Yeah, bishop f4 was played, pawn e6 first blocking this attack, and then bishop e2, then pawn b6, and okay, I have Paquito Fimo. Okay, Paquito Fimo, good to see you. That's your ID. Let's just say Paquito. Okay, good to see you. So I think that's your name, right? Paquito Fimo. Just correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So Paquito Fimo, I would like to know from which country you are and how you started. Just get your story in the comment section, and I would like to just tell about you. Okay, you have played a very nice game. Your rating is also very nice, 2091. Good to have good players like you on our tournament, and it's always my pleasure to analyze your games, guys. Okay, so just let me know about you, Paquito Fimo, your the country of origin and where are you from, how you started chess. I would like to tell your story to everyone. Okay, so b6 there, castles, and bishop b7, queen d2, pawn to c5, pawn to d5, pawn takes, and again here the entire center is with the white. So white should get slight advantage over here actually, because black is struggling to develop his pieces. Let's see what happened in the game actually, what led to Paquito's loss here. Okay, knight to rook to e8, bishop to c4, bishop to b5. Even here I think this pawn is attacked thrice now. Okay, so this pawn is under pressure. Bishop b5, we are pinning the knight. Okay, that's the right idea, not to allow knight e5. Then we have pawn a6, bishop takes, queen takes, and now rook to e1. So white, actually, Paquito, you were in a beautiful position in this game. Pawn d6, pawn d6. I'm not sure. Pawn d6 is the right move here. You would be allowing the knight to come to the c6 square. So I'm not sure if this is the right move. Pawn d6. Uh, Pawn d6. Knight is just I just like this knight from white side. This knight is not doing anything. And by playing pawn d6, actually, I don't want to activate the bishop. I don't want him to activate the knight here. Okay. Uh, okay. Yes, and you say, yeah, okay, no problem, that's fine, Paquito. That's even if your English is bad, it doesn't matter. You can just whatever you know, you can just put in the comment section. I will be happy to tell you a story. You're French and you probably are from France. That's what we can infer. And thank you for the stream. Thank you as well to be a part of our live stream and witness our live stream as well and playing for our tournament. That's thanks to you, Paquito. Just let me know if you like the video and in the stream in the comment section. You can share with your friends also. And also, guys, make sure that you don't close the stream before you hit the like button. Please hit the like button, guys. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as well to the channel. We have just hit the 1,000 subscribers, and we are going to reach a very high number of subscribers very soon in our on our channel, guys. So please support us. Thanks for your continuous support. Going back to the game now. So bishop, so b5 was played. B5, I think, Pakudo, you need to just analyze this b5, not b5, but the d6 move. Okay, d6 move, I think, is not the right move here. You have to probably think of something else like knight g5 or something. Knight g5, knight f7, and probably try to attack this f7 pawn now. Probably bishop g3 and knight g5. Okay, that could have been a better combination. So d6. Now black would be happy just to get the knight on d6, get it exchange anyway on the center somewhere, and d5, and rook c8, knight b6, queen d8. This is again a nice idea. Probably that is why you played pawn d5, knight d5, and knight b6. This is a very nice idea. Okay, so knight takes, bishop takes, and now queen d5, knight d4, knight takes d4, c takes d4, queen takes d4, bishop e6, and pawn a3. Queen a5, rook to c1 now, rook taking the control of the open file, rook to c3, pawn h6. So white is just trying to capitalize everything in that's there in the open file. Okay, so pawn g5, bishop to g3, bishop king to h7, and now we have a pawn to b4, pawn rook. I think pawn b4 is not required here. I think you can go for the seventh rank. Ideally seventh rank. I think that should be fine. Going to the seventh rank now. We don't even have this queen e1 check, so you're fine here. Exchanges on the c file. Bishop is guarding the e1 square. Before, I think that a3 pawn would be kept as a backward pawn, and then you will always be in pressure to save the a3 pawn here. So b4, I think, might not be the best move. So Paquito just try to put this position in the analysis and check if b4 was the right move. I would have preferred rook c7 here, or even h4. I think I would have happy to play h4, h4, g4, h5. Okay, h4 even was a good move here. I would have played h4 here from white side. Okay, so pawn b4, queen to a4, queen e5 check, king moves, pawn h. Okay, you played actually h4 in the game. That's very nice. And is a bad game for me. Error queen. Okay, no problem, Paquito. But you have played a beautiful opening, Paquito. I really like the way you have played in the opening, guys. Opening, Paquito. Okay, very good. Keep up the good game in the opening at least. Pawn a5, pawn takes. Okay, so the queen was hanging here actually. Yep, queen could have captured the e4 queen. Black missed, black captured the a5 pawn, pawn takes, and now king h2. Even here, king h2 is not required right now, right? So you can just play queen e3 first. Anyways, let's see what happened now. So king h2, queen a4, and bishop f2. Now the e4 queen is hanging, so that's where actually white blundered and lost the game. So very nice game, Pakuto, but a very good opening, and then probably a single blunder leading to a loss. Okay, but you have played beautifully here. And King Crusher, a lot of things to be improving, a lot of things you have to improve. As I said before, that if you don't know what you are going to continue after the opening, after you give away the center to your opponent, then you are going to be in trouble. You should know what you're playing. Okay, so here f3 line I have not seen much, but very good thing to learn for everyone from this game, guys. You can try this f3 line in the future. Probably someone from black side who likes who plays white, from white side, who plays d4. And if you face Slav defense in this way, you can try the f3 line. This is a very nice example given to us by Poquito from France, guys. This is a great example just to go into your books, into your notes. If you like playing d4, try to play f3 as well, f3 and e4. Okay, that could be something that you would like to explore. Thanks Paquito for the game and Kingfisher. Yeah, something for you to improve. I hope that is going to help you. That this position is something that you have to analyze from black side. Kingfisher. Let's quickly check if f3 is played here. Okay, let's try to check in the book. Okay, so if you just go back one move, we have d takes c4, where the 100% result is there for black. We have e6 move, we have g6 move, and h6. So all moves are playable, but I think d takes c4 was played by three players. Probably some there must be some kind of e4 and b5 here. So I think this might look like a Mehran or anti-Mehran kind of a structure. I'm not sure. So bishop f4 and e6. Yeah, that's the continuation for you. King Crusher. Next time you can play this line. You can check this game which has happened between both of these players here. Okay, guys, this is the way you have to use the book which is there on the leeches. Okay, Paquito, thanks for the game. Let's go back to tournament and any more requests. Let's quickly check. Okay, okay, we have checked all the games, guys, and now still we have around 13 minutes remaining. So let's join in, guys, and I'll just try to play all the games in the Berserk mode with the irregular openings, and let's check what happens. Okay, just try to create some fun out there. I'm playing games now because there is no request for the games to be analyzed. Hence, I'm playing the game now, guys. I'm just waiting for the game to get assigned. Meanwhile, we can just check who is on the leaderboard. Let's cross from LEP team. LEP team is playing very good. Mercy, thank you, gracias. Yes, 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 Paquito. Yep, I've got a game now. Joshua Holiday. Let's play in the Berserk mode. As I said before, I'm going to play all the games in the Berserk mode. Let's check what the opponent is playing. Just irregular openings. Oh, I was not expecting Bishop C4. Okay, that's fine. Let's struggle for some time now. Lot of queen moves, guys. Lot of queen moves. I don't like lot of queen moves. Queen should be trapped. Is it? No, not yet. Okay. E5 is hanging now. How many queen moves have been done? I have lost the track. So many queen moves by white. Okay, so Ronit is asking bullet games today. Okay, Ronit, I'll just play a couple of bullet games. Not more than that. So, Paquito, gracias to you as well. Thank you to you, gracias. I hope I'm don't speak Spanish much, but just gracias. I think gracias is thank you. Yep. Yep. I think I'm getting a queen now. Uh-oh. I was not expecting a low battery. A check. Capture the queen. Okay, back to tournament. Just let me plug in the charger, guys. Just plugging in the charger so that I don't go with a bad battery. Okay, I'm back, and as I said, all all Berserk games, and irregular openings. So after this live streaming 10:30 guys, you can I'll just play bullet for some time with you guys 2+1. Just let me know if you are interested in playing the bullet games in the comment section. If you want to play bullet games guys, just let me know in the comment section if you want to play the bullet games. I'm just trying to play all the out of the book or out of the. This is pinned. I have to be careful here. D7 bishop is G4 G5. Yeah, he has saved a D4. Let me just remove the pin first. Okay. Ronit is asking bullet games today. So Ronit, if you want to play bullet games, if the viewers out there who are listening right now, if you want to play bullet games, just let me know in the comment section. I will play a couple of bullet games with you guys. Okay. That is strange. Okay. I don't. I shouldn't capture this knight because this bishop c6 will be very strong then. Rather, I should go bishop h3 now and try knight d6 sometime in the future. Queen e2 probably I have to play. I have to save the b2 pawn as well. I cannot play rook to b1 because of bishop takes a3, b takes a3, rook queen takes b1. Bishop has to be developed, but before supporting, I have to play queen e2 probably. Support the b2 pawn. Yeah, queen e2 first, support the b2 pawn, then bishop e3, and then probably get the knight going somewhere. Oh, I think I should have played queen g4 as well. Bishop e3, pawn g6. Okay, pawn b5. I think that's fine. Knight b4, knight h5. I have this move coming very soon. G6 is expert G6 and knight. Yeah, so he's trying to guard the f6 square now. And what we can do is if G6, let's try to play queen G4 first. Pawn G6 is now expected. And now bishop e4, d4, and knight to f6, ef6, bishop. Yeah, I think we can do that. It's a risk, but let's go for it. This is the idea now. I don't want him to push the pawn at the same time. Still, I can go queen h6 with the support of this bishop and get a queen on the g7. I have to play fast, very fast, guys. Yep. Okay, so we was out there. Okay, so he resigned. Let's go back to tournament now. Just 6 minutes remaining, guys. All the games in the Berserk mode and with the irregular openings. Okay, it's going to be fun. So even now, guys, you can send me a bullet challenge after 10:30. Just 6 minutes to go, and then I would like to play bullet games with you. Okay, it will be fun. Just send me 2+1. Okay, so Berserk mode and irregular openings. Okay, let's try to some irregular openings now. I don't like this move, but let's try it. Hmm. H5 is hanging. Ugly position for me, guys. It's a very ugly position. Okay, queen check, rook g3. Now there is a check on e3 actually. Let's go for this. I should have given queen e2 check. Yep. Now the f5 is dangerous for me. Let's play knight d2 first. f4 is coming very soon. Queen f3. Now I'll attack the rook. If he captures the rook, I can just capture the rook on e8 and bring the queen back. Or should I capture the... I can capture the rook, I think. Yeah. Oh, I did not see this check. Okay, guys. There's a mate on h2. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Uh, let's resign now. This was a greedy move actually. I should have brought back the queen. I thought of bringing back the queen first, but it was too tempting. The capturing the rook on h8. Okay, let's go back. Okay, okay. I'm not playing a game. Okay, I'm playing a game. So berserk mode and all illegal. Not illegal, but unorthodox openings. Queen d3. Interesting. No other threats, so we can play queen f8 first. Knight moves and knight is trying to come to e4. Let's try to activate the rook. Now this is another idea which I play sometimes. Yep. Rook h3 is available now. Okay, now let's try to play queen to g3. I think queen e4 will be. Queen e4 is not a good move. Queen g3 is actually a very aggressive. Queen g3, rook h3, gh3, queen h3 is a check and mate. So something has to be there on the second rank. Probably queen will go to e2 so that the queen can interpose on h2. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So queen g3 now, rook is hanging, rook f1 will be played. I need a pawn break now. I need some pawn break. Queen check, rook h2, and yeah, it should be safe for him. So let's play rook d4. Try to attack this pawn, weak pawn on d5. Yeah, that's a blunder now because I will capture the rook f2. Yep, that should be winning now. Unless I blunder now. There's a mate on h. Oh, that's winning for me. Yeah, it's winning for me, guys. I have to play fast now. Playing with the mouse versus the one in the mobile, actually, the mobile one is faster. You can just click very soon and just get your move done. But on the PC, actually, it takes some. Oh, why have I played this move? And he has not captured the rook. Okay, that's okay. I can see a comment from Abhishek Gupta. Hello, Abhishek. Hope you are doing fine. safe and sound at your home and enjoying chess. Sorry, I'm just busy and playing very fast, so I could not reply to your comment. Yep. So unorthodox games, unorthodox openings, and okay. Now let's see. So that's the final results, guys. And LEP team has scored 242 points today. Great score. Followed by Gujarat Lions 216, BCC on 176, Abhi Chess Club on 127, Khelo Chess India on 121, Prayagraj Grandmasters Club, a new team. Welcome Prayagraj team to our Khelo Chess India team battle. 116, Chennai Chess Club on 104. Thottukudi, I think Thottukudi chess team has played before. So even though I'll just try to welcome them. And Akul Super Team say Akul Super Team 46 and Chess Blasters 25. And now I have started getting the request. Racing King has given the bullet challenge me. So guys, you can, if you're watching the live stream, just send me a bullet challenge. Okay. Abhishek Gupta says playing Fab. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you very much. Let's try 2+1, guys. 2+1 or 1+1. Anything that's possible for you. Let me have a sip of water. Yep, E4. Okay, again all the unorthodox openings. Okay, I'm not going to play any standard openings today. I have decided I'll just play which is the bad opening. I'm going to play all the bad openings today, which I've never played before. Okay, and challenge myself. Yeah, challenge myself, right? Play the bad openings, challenge yourself, and prove that you can handle any situation. F4 I think is tempting now. Knight F4. So let's try that. D4 and C5. Okay, you're trying to tempt me. Okay, let's try to capture the free pawn. C3 knight is hanging, D4 pawn is pushed, can be pushed sometime in the future. Okay, pawn takes, and now knight E4 probably. Okay, rook to G E3. I think that's not the best move. I can capture the C4 pawn. Rook C1 is expected. Rook C1, I think I can play knight D5. If knight takes knight E4, yeah, that's fine. Knight to E2, D2. Okay, I'll just capture the pawn, hanging pawn on D4. Okay, so just keep sending me the challenges. I'll be happy to play the games with you. It's a free night. Yes, it is. Okay, just bring the queen back. I have rook h2. Okay, I need to open up the bishop now. I need to open up the bishop. There's a mate on g2 now. On f5. Okay, let's try this queen h1 check. King f2, I don't see. Yeah, it's a check and mate, right? Knight g4. Yes, very nice. Thanks for the. Okay, we have Superman, the next challenger. Okay, Superman, I just lost your challenge. Just send again. Otherwise, 9812 has requested. Otherwise, otherwise that's 3+1. If you can just send 2+1. Queen d2 missed. Yes, Rohit, but yeah, I had a better plan. So, yep. Okay, otherwise playing from white pieces, I'm playing from black pieces. E4, as I said before, all the unorthodox openings. I'm just going to play anything else, something else that is not played frequently. Okay, probably the openings, all the openings today I'm going to play, which I've never played before. 2+1, guys. 2+1. No 3+1. Please send 2+1 request, guys. Abhishek says after a long time seen a unique opening. Abhishek, I'm just playing random moves. Don't learn this opening, Abhishek. White resigned. I'm not sure why. Okay, otherwise you can send intermediate player has requested. Let's play with intermediate player 2+1. 2+1. Okay, all unorthodox openings, guys. H4 today. Come on, let's see what happens. Bishop H3. Pawn B3. Okay, I'll just try anything else. E3. I don't want Bishop F2 coming. Let's play Bishop B2. Pawn takes. Okay, if I capture with a d pawn, queen takes. Yeah, it should be fine. Queen takes queen. Oh, you don't want to exchange the queens. That's fine. Knight d2 now. Knight g4. No, knight g4 is not possible. Knight d4, not possible. Knight d5. Knight d5 is possible. Bishop b4, trying to pin my knight. I'll just try to stop the pin. Probably go queen e2 next move and try to go for the long castle. Knight d5 is bishop h3. Okay, thanks. I was able to develop my knight now. Okay, where the black is going to castle? That's the next question. King side or queen side? What do you think? I think he's going to play queen d7 and long castles. That's what I feel. Or even queen e7 is a good move now. So knight e5, knight g4 actually, knight g5, knight e4. I think that is a nice move, trying to create some kind of action in the center. Queen C. Okay, there is a knight g5, knight f7, king f7, queen c4. But yeah, queen d5 will save the bishop. So not even though this bishop is hanging, I won't be able to capture the bishop after queen d5. That's another idea. What can be the another idea? Can I castle on the king side? King side castle is another idea that I can play. Intermediate player I think has gone offline probably. Okay. Monica, that's I think otherwise is okay. And okay, queen e7 is played. Okay, why are you going offline, Ronit? You shouldn't go offline in between. Okay, network problem. Okay, bishop is now hanging. Uh, so Abhishek is asking which softwares do I use to create the arrows? No software, Abhishek. It's leeches that gives us all these options. You can just draw the arrow directly on the chessboard. Just right click and drag the mouse. Let's go for queen check. I'm getting this pawn, but I'm not sure. My king is still unsafe. So if some kind of attack is okay, but the queen exchange should be good for me. And now knight has left only one square. So I think king e2 and rook d1 should be good for me now. So king e2 first. Knight has to go on the d4, attack to this f5 pawn. Okay, that's a nice move. That's a fantastic move. Knight d3, I did not think about it. Knight d3, it's a very nice move, guys. I think even now, knight f3, knight f3 is playable, right? Knight f2, knight f2, king f2. This g2 knight should not be kept hanging. I have to go for f3 now. I have to be playing very fast. Abhishek says, okay, sir, thank you so much. Needed to know that. Yes, Abhishek, you're always welcome. You are going to learn a lot of things apart from chess on this stream, guys. Okay, so always keep asking your questions. I'm very happy to answer all your queries actually. I am talking too much. Probably I shouldn't lose on time here. Okay, I think I am winning here. Check, and I can just capture the bishop now. First capture the pawn. Let's get two pawns up and then capture the bishop and go for the ending. Yeah, that's winning. Yep. Next challenge is from Singham. Singham, I think we played. No, Singham, we haven't played. Okay, Singham, let's try to play a game. Okay, Singham is playing from white pieces. 1+1. Interesting, Singham. Go for it. I am going to play all the unorthodox openings today. Let's see. I am defying all the opening principles, guys. I don't want to play with the opening principles today. I'm just playing some random opening, which is not recommended. So don't play these openings, guys, please. This is just something for fun and something different I'm trying today. Queen d3, interesting. Why would white play queen d3 here? Probably rook d1. That's the idea. Yep, right. Let's fix the center. I don't want to open up the center as my king is in the center and I want to attack on the king side. F4, okay. F4, f takes e5 or probably g5. That's fine. Let's go for this exchange of the bishops. Queen e7 should have been played here. Queen f7, queen e7 here. Queen b5 check, queen d7. Queen takes, king takes, rook f7 is not possible. Knight is supporting. Okay, h6 is now attacked twice. And I do have knight c4 move. But queen d4 I think might be hurting me. Let's play queen e7 first. Try to support the f7 pawn before we move the knight. Okay. Uh, okay, guys. Bishop takes, knight takes. What's the next? Okay. Any other questions? No other questions. Okay. Okay. Pawn b3. Yeah, stopping knight g4 now. And I think I should go for this pawn h3 move. I want to just get this pawn up so that I can put some pressure on the f3 square. Knight e5. What is the idea? Knight f5, knight e6, knight c6. So this is called as doing the prophylaxis, guys. Trying to find your opponent's idea. Always do the prophylaxis. It's going to help you a lot. And now I think knight g4 can be played. This h3 is hanging now. Knight c6, I can capture the knight or I can move the queen. I can capture the h2 pawn. Knight takes queen, knight f3. Uh, decisions. Okay, let's play queen h4. 10 seconds remaining. Okay, I have to be fast now. c3 knight is hanging. Oh, slip of mouse. Okay, let's check the next challenge. Jitendra is here. Let's check Jitendra's game. Next game with Jitendra. Okay, my opening. Let's play some unorthodox opening. c3 probably. h3, knight a3, pawn d4, pawn g3. Okay, let's play queen d3, pawn e4, pawn e5 is expected. Castles. Okay, guys, don't try this at home. Okay, okay. I mean, don't try this random openings at home, guys. Okay, it might be harmful. So yeah, trying to attack my pawns. I'll attack. I'll do the counter attack. Everywhere the counter attack is there. F4. I like this move F4 always. It's always interesting creating some kind of play or some kind of attack. C5 I think is coming very soon. I have to go for attack. Okay, C5 is here. So what options do we have to save the C3 pawn? Sorry, the E4 pawn that's hanging, right? Pawn E5, pawn takes, knight takes. When is hanging, so it's going to go away. I'm losing the pawn actually. Knight d5, knight d5, pawn d5, bishop d5. Okay, let's try this. Oh, I did not see this coming. Anyways, but I have this knight d5 move. Let's check how it works out for me. Knight e5, queen d4, queen b5. I have to play safe now. I have to play safe. I don't have a good position. This is not a good position for me, guys. Let's go for the pawn. Let's try to attack and defend at the same time. This could be a winning pawn. If I'm not able to capture it, this is going to be winning for black actually. Okay, so all the viewers out there, just I think I'm tired right now. Probably this will be the last game for today. Let's go for this exchange. Bishop d2, pawn check, and king h2, knight c4. d2 bishop is now hanging, and let's go for b4 first. Yeah, that's the blunder I was waiting for. The e8 rook was hanging. I was planning to give this b4 pawn from long time, but black was not falling for it. Finally, he has captured. He has taken the beat, and he has fallen for the b4 pawn. Let's go for the exchange now. Okay, so pretty tiring day today, guys. Let me just. Okay, this is hanging. Let me just exchange the queens. Check. King moves. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. That's a mate, right? No. King hg5. Oh, this is a mate. Okay. So, okay. Otherwise, has this is the last game, guys. Okay. Otherwise, I'll check your. I'll just accept your request. Otherwise, if you're online, just can if you can start the game. Otherwise, it's your turn. Can you just make a move? I know there is 15 seconds delay, but you have to be on your leech's profile to start the game. Move, move, move. Jitendra says thank you. Yes, Jitendra, you're always welcome, and I'm very happy to play the games with all you guys. Thanks for being with me and helping me to reach the 1,000 subscribers. So Advai has played a move. Let's try to play H5 now. Okay, just some unorthodox opening. This is a double fianchetto. Okay, fianchetto is okay. Bishop G5 on D6. Okay, pawn a5. Let me just develop my knight now. f6. Long castles, interesting. So pawn b4 and long castles doesn't go hand in hand. Okay, it's not going to yield good results for you. Okay, let's try to exchange the bishop first. Knight g5 is something I have to take care of. E6 I think should be fine. So a lot of pieces are hanging. Okay, so viewers out there, just if you have any questions before we log off for today, just let me know in the comment section. It's almost 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. today here, India time. So I'll be logging off very soon. I need to go to bed and I have work as well tomorrow. So if you have any questions, just shoot them right now. I'll be there for more 5 minutes or 5 to 6 minutes. Probably then I'll be logging off and seeing you tomorrow or day after tomorrow, probably for our next live session. It's always fun, guys, to chat with you, to play games with you, and to answer your queries. So it's always fun. I really love that, and that's probably what has kept us going for all these last 1 year to achieve the 1,000 subscribers and a lot of comments and a lot of suggestions as well from you guys. So thanks for that, guys. I'm really happy about receiving all the comments from you. Uh, okay, so three check. Okay, so three check. I just want to be pretty clear. Okay, so I'm not fond of the variants. Ratik, right? Ratik, if you are there. Savi Sharma, Shara is Ratik, I think. So I'm not fond of variants because variants, three check or atomic chess or any other variants, they are not going to help you to achieve great heights in the chess. Okay, you're going to waste your time in that. Probably after a few days, you will realize that there is nothing that gives you back. Okay. Uh, okay. I can capture the knight. There is a passer. Let's stop the passer. Okay, that's the game, guys. I think that should be it for the day, guys. And thank you very much for joining the stream. I hope you have. Okay, so three check. I'm really sorry, I won't be able to arrange any tournaments for three check because it's not really going to help you in long run, guys. You don't. You should learn the standard chess first. You should be mastered in standard chess, and once you are mastered in standard chess, you can try for other variants. Even though I won't suggest you go for the variants, you start the standard chess and be a master in standard chess, guys. That's the way to go ahead. That's the future for you. So thanks, says congrats, says Monica. Yes, thank you very much, the way for playing a game. Although for the beginners, I would recommend to avoid bullet and blitz games. Play rapid games as much as possible. All the beginners out there, please play rapid games. All the classical games. Don't play bullet or blitz games. It's going to spoil your game, guys. Okay, so that's just a suggestion coming from me to all the beginners. And I think we had a beautiful live stream. This one started about 1 hour and 20 minutes back, and around one and a half hours we have done the live streaming. So it's a huge time. And that's it, guys, for today. I hope we'll meet soon, in probably tomorrow or day after. Let's see when we can meet. It depends upon my free time as well. But thanks for joining in, guys. It was a beautiful time interacting with you. I hope to have this session very soon again. Thanks. Bye bye. Take care. Until we